Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch The Wire Season 5. The final season of The Wire, Episode 1. Guys, we're gonna begin together this final season of The Wire. I know that most of you guys, even more like all of you guys, you already discovered this show a long time ago. You already discovered that final season a long time ago. So clearly for you it's not emotional, it's not, you know, full of feelings like that's it, I'm gonna say goodbye to this show and stuff like that. You said goodbye to this show already a long time ago. I know it. But just imagine that me, it has been weeks, months that I'm spending really not only with The Wire, but really a lot with The Wire. So to say goodbye to a show, it's always rough for me when I'm finishing like that a binge watching, and The Wire was so... Why am I talking, you know, with past sentences? I still have one entire season to discover, but I loved this show so much because of how it was written and done on screen, you know, the pictures and all, and you know, really the quality of how it was written, that truly I know that I'm gonna miss it. I know that maybe one day I'm gonna rewatch it, you know, on my own and stuff like that, because it was so cool, so great. And beginning this season 5, beginning the final season, I'm like, okay, I need to prepare myself. This is the final season. I'm gonna say goodbye to these characters. You know, like really, I'm preparing myself for it. I'm wondering, did you know about it? You know, beginning the season 5, when it was out for the first time, did you know that it would be the final season, or it was during it that you learned the news and stuff like that? And it can be important, you know, this information, to know also how they prepared the end of the show, meaning if the writers, they knew that it would be the end of the show, because of that they are really preparing ends, real ends for the characters, to tell us really what their futures are gonna be and all. And if not, maybe, you know, they're teasing stuff for a potential new season, stuff like that. I hope that they knew before, you know, before creating this season, writing this season. I hope that they knew that it would be the end, because I want really something close at the end. Not fully close, because no matter what, these guys, they're gonna continue to work right there for the cops, for the drug dealers to deal and stuff like that. Like, it's also that, this show, to show that no matter what, even if you're arresting some of these guys, even if some of these guys are getting killed and all, some are gonna replace them and it's never gonna end. So for that, it can't end. But for all characters, really, what they can become and all, I hope that for that, we're gonna have an end. I'm glad to be there to discover this new season. Like, you can understand, I'm also a little maybe melancholic in advance, but I'm also a little stressed because, you know, how the last season ended. I was a mess. I was a fucking mess during the final episode of the last season. For YouTube, I put 3 videos for each. You know, I divided my reaction video in 3 parts to give you really, guys, the most that I could, and also because it was just so rough for me to cut into it. I couldn't cut into it more than what I did. So really, the last episode of the season 4 was a lot. Big stuff happened into it, but for me it was so rough. Like, I had the impression that I cried during almost the entire episode. It began with Bubbs trying to kill himself. Like, even if I predicted it during the intro, the writers, they tricked me, because when he came, you know, to the cops to say that he killed Sherrod and all, that he should be arrested, I was like, okay, so that impression that I had, that he wanted to do something against himself, it was that, in fact, he wanted to denounce himself, to go in jail. But no, in fact, he did both. He denounced himself and he tried to kill himself. Oh. Maybe now it's gonna get better, like, he was in an hospital the last time that we saw it, and maybe it can be really the switch for him to stop living into the streets. Taking drugs, he was clean, you know, since a long time, so maybe it can be great for him, in fact, at the end, for Bubbs. We'll see. The kids... See, it's still stressing me to talk about these kids. I don't know what we're gonna have, and to be fully honest, I don't know what I want also. Like, maybe we're gonna have Michael. Like, it would be logical for us to continue to follow Marlo. So because of that, we're gonna have Michael. Michael is now one of his soldiers. So because of that, we can have also Duquan and Bug. Duquan, who is one of the corner boys, who is gonna stay a pawn, I think, until the end. But one who is really loyal to Michael because Michael was the one really loyal to him. And also Duquan can keep an eye on Bug with the rough past, you know, that Duquan had with his parents, with his family. I think that he would want for Bug to have a good environment, you know, to grow up well. For Randy, I would love to have news about him, to know that this kid is still alive. And also maybe that Carver, you know, kept his promise and is continuing to keep an eye on him, or maybe at some point adopted him, you know, took him like a foster dad. I think that it would be great even for Carver to do it. I would want to have news about Randy, but I'm not sure that we're gonna have some. Like, it would be also logical for the show, for the writers, to not give any news about Randy, to just say that he's representing these kids who are going in foster families like that, who are really hurt by it and condemned to it. No, that's not what I mean. We'll see. And maybe we can have news also about Ney, who went with Calvin. Like I said, you know, during the review of the final episode of the season 4, for me the final scene was really to show that Ney has that chance to be with Calvin, to be into a calm neighborhood, to be with people who are taking care of him and all, but at the same time with Donut, you know, coming like that into the car, it's representing the temptation that he's gonna have all of his life to come back into the streets. Like Dennis, you know, he had that temptation when he came out of jail, and it's gonna be like that also for Ney. So are we gonna have news about him, about Calvin? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, again, if we're not gonna have any news like for Randy, for Ney, because it would be also the writers telling us that, yes, he's gonna be tempted, but he has that chance now. We'll see. Our guys are gonna work on Marlo for good, with McNulty also and Kima being back, because McNulty made that promise to himself and to Buddy, who died, because people saw McNulty talking with Buddy, so Marlo's team killed him. I still can't talk about it, think about it like it's a normal thing and all, because really the fact that we began everything with these guys, you know, with D, with Buddy, with Put, with these corner boys like that, like really, for me, Buddy was the one who would survive to everything, that we would keep until the end, because he was not really the boss of any team, any business and all, but at the same time he was a good, not soldier, not even a soldier, but just a good guy to walk, you know, on the streets, and his relationships with all of the cops was interesting. He was not a snitch, but he was still, you know, talking to them, and we had so many good moments with him. So I thought that really Buddy would survive to everything, and in fact not at all. And now Put is the only one, you know, who stayed from the beginning, that first group that we had. Like, Put, now you have to survive. I'm not gonna be okay, Put, if something is happening to you now. No, not on my watch, please. But yes, these cops now, normally they have the resources and the authorizations and all of that to really work on Marlo, Now also that they have all of these bodies, you know, that they can put on this team and they have to find proof for that, you can do it, guys. 1 season to do it. Maybe we're gonna continue to follow a little the political aspect. I'm okay if we're not doing it. All of the campaign, that was interesting. The last episodes for Tommy, not that much, so I'm gonna be okay if we are seeing him sometimes, but if we're not spending so much time with him. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want, on my Patreon, we have 4 episodes of advance, which means 2 weeks of advance for The Wire, for this show. Meaning that if you're subscribing right now, you just have to subscribe to the level 2 on my Patreon, meaning only €5 for the entire month, and you're gonna have access to all of the videos that I'm gonna post during the month and all of the videos that I posted before that, meaning all of my binge watching of the 4 first seasons of The Wire. And it's only the level 2 because I only put extended reaction part videos for The Wire because it's a big episode, so I don't see the point of putting really the full reaction part. But the extended reaction part, it's at least 10 minutes longer, so it's already interesting for you guys to have 4 episodes of advance and to have this big extended reaction part, and it's the best way to support me if you want and if you can. Let's go for this episode!
He's telling like a little bitch.
Who the fuck are
We even
you?
went to Mickey D's for him because he was so motherfucking helpful. 2 quarter pounders, big fries, McDonald's cookies. Not the pepper. Alright, shut up.
It's really just the eternal same shit, you know.
So you can enjoy that, huh?
Why not? What the fuck?
Good job, Buck, to manipulate this guy.
How many years you figured we've been doing this same shit?
20 at least.
What did I say? Always the same shit.
So can feel my heartbeat.
Thoughts, yeah.
Eh?
If Marlo said I had the gun, he lying.
Machine tells the tale, son. We ready, Professor? Yeah. We'll start with an easy one.
Eh?
Is your name and
That's a photocopy.
Sean And did you and Marnell shoot your boy Pookie down on Carey Street just like Marnell said you did?
No.
Pookie, not Poot.
Lie. You lying motherfucker. She was
Listen, coming your way.
C'est normal, baby!
Every day, same shit.
Yes, my girl. She just said the same, you know, than Buck. Cover?
Fuck down. Today he's an SIC. Tomorrow he might be a newly minted lieutenant. You never know with these career-minded motherfuckers.
Nah. Did you take care of Blondie?
Fuck the warrants first. Fuck the readouts. Fuck the warrants. What the fuck is going on with their owls? Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down! In your fucking seats!
Oh, he's talking to you like he's talking to people in the streets. What can you do? Are you gonna go on strike? I know that in US you're never going on strikes.
Promises were made, promises will be kept. The situation in the city right now is bad, but it won't stay bad forever.
Too tricky. Michael! Michael and Chris!
You gotta meet. Want me to come? Nah. You watch out on your corner. I'll send word for Tom.
I knew that we would have you, I knew it.
He's moving. Alright.
He's moving and he saw you.
Last year, I don't want anyone saying we're giving up on those murders. I don't want to see that headline.
But given our fiscal situation, we could temporarily suspend the investigation, pending new developments. We need to take away the 10-hour cap on secondary employment. You do that and your police on doing police work.
It's interesting, you know, it's you on one side and the mayor and the other advisor on another side of the table, you know. I think that they're not on the same page anymore, these two. They made the campaign together, but...
Say it, Norman. You're thinking it. Truth to power, Norman. There's no one to keep you around for.
When the governor threw that 50-something million on the table, you should have picked that shit up.
I saw that these two were not on the same page anymore. And you told me, that's why I'm keeping you like to Norman.
Boy folded up. Taking our shit 60-40. Yeah, niggas show no heart at all. And put most of the heart you want. We all have the time, today you got the white boy with black hair up on the roof of Booker T. Washington.
You know that they were watching you.
She got a count for me?
Dukon, is this you? With my car coming? The little boy is still there.
Can't say for sure.
They sure, huh?
Man, just know they ain't telling me.
I don't understand.
Go home, man. About to be out of school pretty soon.
Ain't you, Michael?
Go get Bob. See you tonight.
I love that, Dukon, that you're not him. And yes, I love the fact that you can be the one to take care of Bug.
Yo, we sure?
Nah, we good. Got 60 left and walk the folks ain't high. We on it, Mike.
Why you fucking with Duke, nigga?
I ain't fucking with nobody, man. Niggas act like a bitch, that's all.
Huh? I prefer that, you know, for Dukon to not be involved, I prefer that.
We have to shut it down, Colonel. Explain to me how we come up on 22 bodies. Explain that to me. Just come straight from the hall. To just give up on all of that? Colonel, we haven't made an honest payroll. You know?
Colonel, okay.
Where the fuck is Kitty? The man promised us and you didn't. It amazes me that you could do this to me personally. If you want to call on a mark on behalf of this department, feel free. See if you can get your take-home car back. Budget officer called an hour ago, telling us to relieve colonels and below of take-home vehicles.
Hold on, see. If you move your head, then I got you.
You're spending time with him, still at family time. I love it.
You ain't need to put in time in the corner if you don't want to. I mean, you're doing enough here with Bug to get paid. I've been thinking, like, if you were to get locked up for some shit, I'd be for Bug. You know?
I love the idea.
So I'd be like a nanny and shit?
It's okay, Dukon.
School. Clean the stove and bake some cookies?
What you want, yo? Before you get home, time is your own. You beat me.
You can get a real job also, Dukon, if you want, a bigger one.
Fucking liars, motherfucking liars.
Easy boy.
I was happy, Joe. I was fine.
You're drunk?
Motherfuckers come to me and say,
It's a new day, Jimmy.
they didn't let me have money when Marlo was on them cell phones. I'd have had them a year ago. You see?
He's drunk again. You're back into that.
Don't even think about trying to requisition a new fucking...
Right now, I'm blaming you. You know, I can understand the fact that you're not making any progress and because of that you're mad and all, but coming back to drinking like that.
23, 4 years old, model thin, long straight hair, and big traffic light eyes.
And half of them can't write a lick, can they?
Someday, I want to find out what it feels like to work for a real newspaper.
I'm getting a little mad because, you know, at some point I was a journalist during several years, and because I was a young girl, these guys, you know, were also talking bad, you know, about maybe the job that girls can do, girls at my age. I was kicking them off, you know, with the news that I had, you know, and with the work that I was making. They were just old dinosaurs, lazy ones.
Something's burning.
Wow, you have good eyes.
What it might be. What you call twig, though, right? What kind of people stand around watching a fire? Some shameful shit right here.
Not a good journalist, you know. Even if you're not the police justice reporter, you have to say it to someone, to find someone to go for it, to be sure that someone is right there.
Hey, Jay. AP's got something on more cutbacks in city bus lines. You know what I'm saying? Daily Record had it this morning. Daily Record. All right, people, it's 2 o'clock. Any budget lines in case anybody's threatening to commit an act of daily journalism?
You're all bad. They are all old, lazy dinosaurs. Marlo, you have a girl.
Pussy dog. Who's better than them more than has a hobby? Take up to a home. You know, let him make ball, watch TV.
For sure, it was a trap, you know. He's clever.
Alright, then moving on to new business. With John Hopkins buying up everything
The
north
cop is right there, and no one knows about it.
Here we got some of our east side people being displaced, right? I think we need to take care of those most affected.
Meaning you.
I am east side, for the most part. But I'm talking about Hungry Man and Parker and Ghost. You know, others beside myself.